Hey, what's happening? Aaron here, and in today's video I'm going to share with you 5 books that will teach you how to get rich. If this is the first time you're watching one of my videos, I always come with content that will teach you how to be more successful using the power of technology, so consider subscribing to the channel. Alright, reading is so essential to gaining knowledge that you won't be able to get outside, because the thing is books are so potent, right? You've got basically the expert's opinion of a particular topic, and they've condensed it into usually a few hundred pages, and that's some of the best ways to get information if you get the right books. So over my entire life, I've sort of cultivated this habit of reading. I never used to like reading. It was one of those things that used to put me to sleep. But when I realized that it would help me get a lot of information that would change my life, I started to get into a really good habit of reading every single day. And over the years, I focused very heavily on a lot of business and books that would teach me how to gain more fortune and wealth and money and understand funds and finances a little bit better. So in this video, I'm going to share with you my 5 top picks for learning how to get rich. Okay, the first book is Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. This is also one of my favorite books. I've read this book about 5 times. It's probably the book that I've read the most, and it's a very short book. If you look at it, it's pretty thin, right? So it's not a long read, but this is super powerful. This book is all about the mindset of money. Understanding energy, understanding how to have the right attitude, understanding that a lot of your subconscious mind from the old days, perhaps from your parents or from your upbringing or from your environment, has actually created a lot of blockages that will stop you from becoming very, very wealthy and rich, all right? So this is why this book is really the first book on the list, right? It's short, it's punchy. This is basically like a shot of goodness when it comes to learning how to become wealthy, and this is the reason why that T. Harv Eker's Secrets of the Millionaire Mind is my first pick, okay? And he gives you basically a whole bunch of rules to sort of live by, and it is just very, very powerful and interesting the way that people don't realize that they themselves have a lot to do with the reason why they're blocking money. And I know that sounds a little bit weird, but that's why you have to read this book, okay? It's about understanding things like your relationship with money. Are you somebody who doesn't like money secretly, but you kind of want to get rich at the same time? And if that's the case, then it's going to be a problem, because that doesn't really make sense, right? You have to be completely open to the idea of accepting a lot of money into your life. Now, that doesn't mean that you sit there and don't take action and you kind of sit there and think of the law of attraction and money's just going to fall into your life. No, that's not what it means. But it does mean that there are certain things that you have to work on your mindset to be able to allow the universe to give you those opportunities to make money, if that makes sense, okay?
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
So if you want to find out exactly how I was able to get to over $1 million in commissions, I would love to show you how to do that for free. I've got a 6-figure workshop that you can check out if you want. All you need to do is go ahead and click the link below and register for that workshop, and then just check your email. Make sure you check your spam folder, because sometimes emails end up in spam these days, and then enjoy the workshop. Okay, book number 2 is Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. This is an oldie but a goodie. At the time of recording this video, this is 25 years old. I read this book the first time when I was 15. I've read this book about 3 times. My sister introduced it to me, and this is a classic, okay? But it is so good. This is all about understanding finances, money flows, and basically financial management, right? And the reason why it's called Rich Dad, Poor Dad is because Robert Kiyosaki, in this book anyway, he's got 2 dads. He's got a rich dad and he's got a poor dad. And the poor dad is basically, I would say, 80 to 90% of people out there. Their attitude towards finances, money, business building, and basically, their non-understanding of the way that money really works. And then his rich dad is basically his dad's friend who is very wealthy and understands what you need to do in order to get rich. And so he, tells a story from both sides, and it's very, very interesting. It's a great read, and it's really all about understanding financial management, understanding that you need assets and you need less liabilities. It's about understanding debt, good debt, bad debt. And it's also about understanding why you need to start a business and why becoming a business owner is really the quickest way for you to generate wealth, right? And then it's all about creating leverage. It's all about creating automation. It's all about using the right vehicles to be able to generate a lot of wealth and expand that wealth inside of your life. And it's taught and written in a very, very fun way. And I highly, highly recommend it. Grab a copy of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Okay, book number 3 is The 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss, all right? If you've never heard of this book is the bomb, right? This is the new updated version, slightly a little bit thicker. All right, this is my 2nd copy of this book. I've read this book 3 times. And the reason why it's at number 3 is because now we want to start into getting, into a little bit more action, right? So the first 2 books were more about theory and mindset of money, which is important, okay? It's not airy-fairy theoretical stuff. It will actually help you to make more money, but you have to prime yourself and your mind and your subconscious to be able to accept and magnetize more money into your life, all right? So this book will then take it to the next step and allow you to take a little bit more action, right? So there's a lot of resources in this book. And the reason why I love this book is because it's all about understanding that you don't necessarily need to work 12 hours a day in order to get rich. Tim Ferriss is all about how do you create automation? How do you create systems? How do you create tools? How do you leverage the internet? How do you leverage technology in order for you to work less and not more? Now, of course, it's going to be very difficult to work only 4 hours a week, but you get the idea. His goal in this book is to teach you that you don't necessarily need to work in a physical office for 12 hours a day, 5 to 6 days a week to necessarily live the best life, okay? And one of the great things that I took away from this book is that it's so important for you to move and transition from a 9-to-5 job into a entrepreneur. I think you can see where this is going, right? Become more of an entrepreneur, become a business owner, leverage the internet for technology. He gives you all the resources in the back of the book, right? Which is really, really cool. And it's all about enjoying your life now, right? Taking something called mini retirements, one of which I'm going to be doing very, very soon. I'm going to be moving to Bali for 6 months. Well, that's the plan anyway. And it's all about how you shouldn't be waiting until you're 60 or 70 to retire and get your golden handshake to then enjoy your life, because by then you're going to be too old. I mean, how are you going to climb Machu Picchu if you're 60 years old or 70 years old? Do you know what I mean? I mean, yes, there are some very healthy 60 to 70 year olds, but there are a lot of very, very unhealthy 60 to 70 year olds. So it's about how do you enjoy your life now? How do you make sure that you can have the right amount of money in your bank account so that you can enjoy, travel the world, do the things that you want to do now instead of pushing that and waiting for you to enjoy all that stuff at the end of your life, right? And he's going to show you exactly how to do that here. He's going to show you how to set up businesses and automation and using the right technology and tools to do that. A truly inspiring book, and highly recommend that you get a copy of this book today. Okay, fourth book. Now we're getting really into the action. This is .com Secrets by Russell Brunson. Russell Brunson is one of the top internet entrepreneurs in the world. He runs a company called ClickFunnels that does about 300 to 400 million US dollars per year, and he basically helps entrepreneurs to bring their businesses online. Now, this book is so great. This was his first book, all right? But I still think this is his best book because this is basically a workbook, a roadmap on how to set up any business on the internet. So whether you're selling physical, digital products, whether you have a consultancy, or maybe you just have an idea in your head and you want to turn it into a product, or maybe you don't even have anything to sell and you want to learn how to leverage the internet, this book is going to teach you how to do that. Okay, so he talks all about sales funnels, selling mechanisms, where to get eyeballs and leads and traffic, how to set everything up. And this is literally, if you go through this book, there's a lot of images and pictures, and it really shows you how to do stuff. So now we're moving on to how to actually do things practically, because mindset is great, theory is great, understanding how to magnetize money toward you is great, but you need to start to build stuff out. So this book is a very practical, hands-on book. It's very rare that you find books like this that will actually teach you how to set stuff up on the internet, how to start becoming a business owner, how to start leveraging technology, how to build stuff out, right? .com Secrets is going to teach you how to do that no matter what industry online you decide to be in, okay? And last but not least, the fifth book on my list is 12 and a Half by Gary Vaynerchuk, right? Love this guy. This guy's super powerful. Some people don't like him so much because he swears a lot, but no one can doubt the fact that he's an extremely successful, well-rounded, and influential entrepreneur, okay? And this book is all about really the emotional soft skills that you need to become rich, right? So now it's not about the theoretical and the practical. Now it's about the soft side, right? It's about the inside. It's about the emotional traits that you need to have if you want to succeed as a very successful business owner, right? And a lot of people don't really talk about this stuff because if you think about doing business, people think about, it's a dog-eat-dog world. A lot of people think about how it's either you or me. It's about them or us, right? That kind of thing. And how you've got to be tough and how you need to have thick skin and how you have to wear your body armor every time you wake up in the morning to tackle the world of business. And it's kind of true in a way, but at the same time, in this book, Gary speaks about why it's very important to actually be a nice person, why it's very important to think about other people, especially if you start to build big companies and you start working in teams, then it's important for you to learn how to manage that team because your team is going to help you to build a lot of your wealth as well, right? But he doesn't only focus on business owners, he also focuses on people that are still employees, people that maybe are managing a team of people, or you're an executive and you're working, for a manager. How do you manage that relationship? And these are the 12 and a half basically emotional traits that will set you up for success, whether you work in a full-time 9-to-5 job or you are basically building a business as an entrepreneur. This is a great book. Very, very few people even talk about stuff like this. I've kind of lived a lot of this my whole life. A lot of people say nice guys finish last, but that is such a fallacy. It's ridiculous, okay? Being a pushover is very different from being a nice person. And there's a big difference when it comes to the two. So this is what this book is actually about, and this will just round everything off for you, give you the right emotional traits for you to perform effectively as a person and a business person in general, and make sure that you maximize your success. So that's it right there. My top 5 books that will teach you how to become rich in a very particular order, okay? So I recommend that you read them in that particular order, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you need to watch this video again, you can do that. Again, I read a lot of books, right? So I've literally broken them down and had a look at, what are the 5 books that I would recommend my friends read, my children read, my family reads, or whatever it is. And these are the 5 books that I would highly recommend in that particular order. So I hope you enjoyed this list. I would just go to the bookstore, grab them all, and just, finish them this month. It is very good to form a reading habit because it's very powerful. It keeps you motivated and it keeps your drive going, especially if you're reading the right books. Let me know in the comment section below what aha moments you had, and I would like to know which books you're gonna read this month, okay? And if you like this video, would appreciate some thumbs ups. And if you're like, Aaron, well, I'm at the stage where I want to learn how to build a business, right? I would love to show you how to do that. If you're interested, I've got a free 6-figure workshop that you can check out. All you need to do is just click the link in the description box or the comment section below to register for it, and I look forward to seeing you there. So I hope you enjoyed the video today and you got lots of value from it. You learned a lot from it. If you like content like this, remember to subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification so you know every time we come up with a brand new video. And if you want, you can check out one of the videos I recorded recently. Super fun. You're gonna get a lot of value from it as well, and I hope to see you there. Take care.